The Super Eagles of Nigeria, in the space of 5 days, took double-time scalp from the Libyans, scoring, 7 goals and conceding just 2. And that right there is huge success, because the truth is, if at all they didn't win that game, or both games, they will probably not even have a chance of going through to the Nations Cup happening in 2019 right there in Cameroon. What a beautiful morning. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and welcome. This is where sports lives. This is Old Sports, live on NTA Network this beautiful Saturday morning. I've got the guys in the studios. I've got Eino and Leye. Eino, let me start with you. I don't want, because Leye is all gloating and is looking excited. But Eino, how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning to our viewers. Babajide, how you doing?
I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant because, you know, it's uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I get to wear the crown and I get to make the call about the final whistle, and people get to come for me every time on the show. But not this man right here, who is smiling right now.
Well,
he's beaming with smiles.
I really need to smile. Thank God for life. Yeah. Good morning to Nigerians. Good morning to everybody.
Leave all those ones and talk about the ones you want to talk about.
Really, last time out, Gali was vindicated, but of course I came, you know, gun blazing on his behalf, and we also what happened. I was able to score an hat-trick in the game against Libya there in Akwa Ibom, and of course the reverse fixture is I was able to get on the score sheet. So for me, I think it's a great one. Scoring a brace, 5 goals in 2 competitive games for the Super Eagles, and of course maybe or maybe not, he's still the man for the job in terms of number 9 jersey for Nigeria.
All right, if I thought there's a job, the job is for us to bring to you the very best of football and sports news like never before on this platform, this dial. And please do also follow the conversation on social media platform right there on your screen. You'll get to see every platform that we are on, and as well as our YouTube channel at Old Sports NG. This is Old Sports.
The Akwa Ibom International Stadium, popularly known as the Nest of Champions, was a beehive of activities last Saturday as the Super Eagles hosted the Mediterranean Knights of Libya in a Nations Cup qualifying match for Cameroon 2019. The players stormed the pitch in high spirit to the admiration of anxious fans who stormed the stadium to cheer the Super Eagles to victory. The Ibom International Hotel and Golf Resort, a serene environment for absolute concentration, was a marvelous atmosphere for the team to map out strategies and engage in light trainings ahead of the task and mission of clinching a ticket for next year's Nations Cup. The players, no doubt, were fully confident that the task of beating Libya in the back-to-back features was achievable.
Yeah, I think that was the same how we approached the World Cup. I think we surprised everyone by qualifying early because we took it serious from the start. I think against South Africa was a full start. I think we had the same mental approach as we did now. I think every game we have a quite professional team, and I think it just wasn't our way that game. However, now we definitely are not sitting back. We're going to make sure we get the ticket first before we think about relaxing.
I see it as a good one at the same time, and I know it's not going to be that easy for us. We played yesterday, we were successful with the game, but not so many time to waste. We have a second game on Tuesday, so it's not going to be that easy, but I believe we can go through.
Nigeria's chances of qualifying, for me, I think it's very high, you know, but that's just my opinion. We have to back our opinions with the performances that we display from game to game. So like I said, we just take every game as it comes, and that's what we have to do. We have to do our job, we have to perform well and play well as a team.
After the victory in Uyo, it was time to complete the mission of getting a double as the Super Eagles left their Uyo hotel camp for the airport. From the airport in Uyo, they boarded a Max Air Boeing 737-800 series chartered aircraft for the journey to Fact, Tunisia, where they eventually completed the 2-leg routine of Libya in the Nations Cup qualifying group games.
Bros, I find correct words.
Huh? See the shop for that side.
Auntie, I will call that. That be correct words.
Now the shop be down, now the next one.
Peter, see as people they pack, they go to the shop, go buy clothes. It don't reach like 5 days now. I just suspect this Tunde way this is where in Waka could carry Waka. See, I go blow whistle. I go blow some to go spoil. Ah, you always whistle. Come on, go investigate the matter before you blow whistle. Whistle blood. Come on, come on.
Thank you for coming.
So first. Come. Now only you the circle for this market. Why be say only your shop everybody come? And you just want blow whistle. I go blow something.
This will not be whistle blowing matter. Now MTN goodie bag.
What it be MTN goodie bag?
With MTN goodie bag, if you carry your market enter another level, whether not for Facebook or for WhatsApp or for Twitter, for as low as 25 naira.
25 naira.
Yes, so dial *131*3# with just 25 naira daily or 50 naira weekly. You go get double data to browse Facebook, Instagram, chat, WhatsApp. Make yourself come to get double.
And you welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, we're about to get this engine started. The gentlemen are in the studios. And our topic this morning is as a fallout of the game between Nigeria and Libya, the back-to-back games. And we're asking you, of course, you guys are the one who makes this show what it is. So how about you whip out your phones and text to us and let us know what is on your mind as regards this particular topic and several other sporting issues that we'll be discussing this morning. We're asking, with 3 wins from 3 games, without John Mikel Obi, the team captain of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, is the Super Eagles keeper still relevant to the team? How important is he? Does he still have the essential goods to deliver to that team? Is he still the go-to man as a result of success stories for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? The gentlemen are ready for this particular one, and I'm talking about Leye and to start with, their thesis statement. Please.
Well, I think we need Mikel in our team, and I think we need his experience. So I think he has to come back to our team. So I think he's needed.
Well, like they say, our results we do see from the Super Eagles of Nigeria thus far, and I think for Mikel, he has not been part of the party with the excuses of being absential from the team. But right now, I think Mikel has actually done his bit for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It won't be bad for him if he could actually take the lead, especially when the ovation is loudest.
All right, gentlemen and ladies watching us, the thesis statement of the topic today. We're talking about whether or not John Mikel Obi, the captain of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, is still very much relevant or not to the cause of Super Eagles going forward. Well, the gentlemen have taken their side. So what side are you on? How about you stick around and find out who wins this argument right after this break? And you welcome back to the show. We're about to get right into it. So Leye, let me start with you. Mikel Obi has been there, has done that.
Absolutely.
One of the few players who have garnered so much experience over the years.
No doubt.
Is that man. But you're saying right now, it's over.
Like they say, you need to bow out when the ovation is loudest. For John Obi Mikel, he's been a worthy servant for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But the time where we're having more like a paradigm shift, new players coming to the fore, and especially, what he went through emotionally during the World Cup with his father and all of that. Aftermath of the World Cup, 2 back-to-back games. He's not been around to come, 3 games, the game against Citrus and the double header against Libya. He's not been particularly available. It's not because he's injured. Maybe just time for him, to actually focus on his family and, of course, his club football, because you can't be picky as regards games you want to play for the Super Eagles. Once you are still not you are still very much available, not out of retirement, you should always give your all. Odion Igalo plays in China. Despite the fact that he has been on the bad side of Nigerians, he has been coming to the national team.
You can't compare both Odion Igalo and Mikel Obi's impact on the national team.
What are the impacts?
Mikel has won the Nations Cup.
That is no yardstick.
Mikel has won. He was the man. He was our midfielder. He was the captain. He was the inspiration. You even talk about the Olympics they went to. He was the inspiration. He paid for his players.
Mikel is just nobody says he's not a good servant, but you don't need to pick games for the national team.
Gentlemen, you know what we need to do now? Gentlemen, what we need to do is that we need to allow each other talk so that the viewers can hear us. So what we'll do is, Leye, you've actually spoken quite well. I need you to counter.
I feel we need Mikel in this team because you've seen from both games. He's talking about the Libya game. For both games, how was our midfield? We all talk about that Igalo scored 5 goals in 2 games. Our performance, especially in the second leg, was very poor. Our midfielders were very average and fragile.
You played 2 games in the space of 3 days, having to travel, and of course, defeating the team home and away. Come on, what more do you want?
Our midfield wasn't compact. You know, if there was a Mikel that was different. You even saw in the World Cup. We saw in the World Cup.
We scored 7 goals over 2 legs.
Yes, against who? Against a team of Libya. See, no offense to Libya on air right now. We don't. Where's Libya ranked in FIFA ranking?
This is a team competing to play at the Nations Cup. Let's not forget, if you are saying Libya, Madagascar, a team of an island was able to qualify for the Nations Cup. So don't say where's Libya. Libya is in Africa.
The thing about Mikel is,
guys, you know what? The next thing we'll say has to be our last thoughts, okay? That's the next thing. So the next 30 seconds will be used to, I mean, this is hotspot. So the question is, the next thing you're going to tell me now will be your final thoughts.
Okay, yeah.
And then you're not going to interrupt.
I won't.
Okay, cool. So, your final thoughts.
Mikel Obi is very vital to our team. Yes, you are saying that what if they have lost? But I told you, Alex Ferguson had to call Paul Scholes away from retirement because experience is key. In Nations Cup, you are going to get your quarter-final and semi-final. You are going to be under pressure. That's where experience is going to count.
It is simple. Like it's being said, if the body is willing and the spirit is not, what would you do? You have to retire. Mikel can't keep, picking games for his national team. I could remember he made his AFCON debut in 2006 when he was playing alongside the likes of Wilson Oruma. Back then, Nigeria eventually won bronze medal in that competition. But 12 years down the line, Mikel is one man right now that is not actually, giving his bits right now for the national team. You can't be selecting games. If you feel at this point in time you can't make it over, maybe from your club to country, try and call it quits. It's not by force. Yes, you are a good servant, but if Nigeria, like I said, had failed to have done well over the course of these 2 legs, would have been in a bad situation. It's because Nigeria has won over 2 legs. So what if it has been the other way around? You won't be saying all of this. And Nigeria has failed to qualify on back-to-back basis. So for me, John Mikel Obi, if he can't come to prosecute a national team engagement, let him retire. Let him focus on his family and club football, just like Victor Moses has done.
He has used more than 30 seconds of AGD.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's done and
so
dusted
you owe me
already.
like 5 seconds.
All right, guys, one thing that I do owe everyone in the studio, including you at home, is that this gentleman need a bit of water break because they'll be going back and forth about whether or not should the Super Eagles captain, John Mikel Obi, remain in that particular team as a result of his essence and his importance to the team. What do you think? The number is on your screen. We're looking forward to hearing your very lucid thoughts that has been driving this show over the years. So we'll go for a quick break, and when we return, the discussion is here. This is Hot Sports.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Madam, go and bring us your husband. Okay, hello baby.
We're in this together, okay? Can you hear me? Keep coming forward.
Wait, stop.
You okay, lean to your right. Keep walking down, keep walking to the left, yes?
You're almost here.
Keep going.
You are here. Wow, you did it.
I'm just so glad I didn't have to use my cane to do this.
And I am so glad no other man got you before me. Let me be your eyes.
We will never stop working to give you a network you can rely on so you can enjoy life's special moments. MTN, everywhere you go.
We see a situation where you have introduced some new talents into the team who are actually brazen up to meet up with these challenges. Does that mean your door is still open to players?
Of course, still open for good players. We had the retirement of Victor Moses. We had the injuries of the captain, Obi Mikel. So already 2 younger players are coming. We have the arrival of the left back, which is an interesting player also, Jamilu Collins, because Elderson Chijile stops. So these players are coming in, and even if Victor Moses and the captain are not here, I think now the team showed a nice and good face with the same spirit all the time. A big solidarity, good feeling to be together, like one of our players said, like a family, and which means they're coming with pleasure and there's confidence.
Congratulations to the Super Eagles of Nigeria winning double-header games against Libya. And interestingly, during the course of the interview, we just watched an interview exclusive to hotsporttv.com. Genero is saying that he's still leaving the door open for some new players. That means the discovery still continues,
Yeah.
You feel like at this point, 1 year, 2 years down the line, we should already have a team.
Yeah, but like I've always said in this show, like Genero, like I'm always for our local our home base player. So I like the fact that he has accepted that fact, but I think we can expedite this process a lot. We shouldn't really be. This should be a day one thing. Like you said, for how many years we should be talking about this. It's a very good thing, but it's a very good development. At least I'm happy now he has understood that yes, this is what we should be doing right now.
But I think it's a good one for Genetro. A lot of us feel at least you should try and look in what local-based players that could actually fit in, just like late coach Stephen Keshi did back then, which was part of the reason why they won the AFCON. So hopefully we get to see Genetro, because thus far he's not done badly. His win ratio for the Super Eagles, I think, is 116, drawn 6, lost 6 thus far, and of course he's had a win ratio about 61.6 or thereabouts. So he's been doing well. So if you bring in players and you get results, why not? You be the man for the job.
All right, so that's the thought right there. Congratulations yet again to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It was an interesting victory with Odion Ighalo. We just have to mention that. Our attention shifts to the African Women Championship 2018, and the Super Falcons head coach Thomas Denebe has invited 45 female players, and the idea is to fortify this team to presenting a very formidable team for the November 17 to December 1st encounter. The players are to resume camp at the Jubilee Chalet in Ekpe. That's in Lagos. Of course, the Super Falcons have won 7 tournaments, and we're looking forward to if this year would be another record-breaking performance for them. But speaking of record-breaking, this tournament is set to start on November 17th, but the draw would hold in Accra, Ghana, and that will be happening in October 21st, right there in Accra, Ghana. Well, this Saturday, today, few hours from now, it's Super Saturday at the English Premier League, as Manchester United will travels to Stamford Bridge, the home of Chelsea. And you don't think it's going to be a good time for Jose Mourinho?
You know why I'm laughing?
Why are you laughing?
Both of you are both Man United fans. But of course, I think it's going to be a great game. Playing against Chelsea, a team that has not been defeated thus far in the Premier League, at Stamford Bridge. It will be a very tough call. And of course, for Mourinho, the momentum, was actually stopped because of the international break. But we hope that this is going to be a cracker because Mourinho has so much to prove as regards his future at United at this point in time.
And you don't look too particularly good about the chances.
I've always talking about the highest man you can get. Let me not go and say it again, and Man U might win, and people say, oh, you said so. But if you follow stats, Man U has not really done well in Stamford Bridge. And this Chelsea team, Sarri is playing wonderful football. Considering the fact that they've not been defeated this season, their football is actually not just the best in Premier League, but one of the best in Europe, you're saying. And Sarri is a very good coach. For me, the highest man you can get from that match is a draw, because I'm going for a straight Chelsea win.
So the 2018 edition of the Youth Olympics has successfully come to an end, where Nigeria bagged 3 medals in Buenos Aires in Argentina. And Rosemary Chukwuma registered in 11.17 seconds in the second round to claim gold ahead of the Julian Alfred of St. Lucia, who had 11.23 seconds, and Gabriela Suarez of Ecuador. And then Alaba Akintola, of course, won silver in the boys' 100 meters event behind Luke Davids of South Africa, who won gold with a time of 10.15 seconds, while Japan's Seiro Ikeda came third with 10.30 seconds. It was also another good news for Nigeria, while Orishemeyiwa Ine won a silver medal in the triple jump athlete with 16.34 meters jump in the men's event, while Cuba's Jordan Dares Fortune, who won gold after leaping 17.14 meters, while Pavren Shivravel placed third to win the bronze medal. But you want to say they've given a good account of themselves, Laye? Absolutely. I think it's a great one. Like you say, the future belongs to the youth. And when you give them opportunities like this to go actually, represent the country at the biggest stage like this tournament, I think it gives them that confidence, especially going to future engagement. And of course, they have, that belief that they could also go the extra mile, talking about the Olympics and of course maybe the Commonwealth Games. So it's a good one. And most notably, a certain Alaba Akintola
from the squad I finished from Futa. I think he's doing himself a lot of good. And of course, yeah, I know I'm happy because
it's okay.
Yeah,
he's
allowed. Futa to the world, and of course, it's really great to see that you know he's doing well for himself, his family, and of course the entire university.
You know the interesting thing about success, you know, is that he has so many friends.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, if that boy was caught stealing something, then he's not from the same school.
Yeah, so it's good to do the right thing at the right time.
Absolutely. Like me and Rosemary Chukuma, you know, from the same country, Nigeria, so it's very good.
Brilliant, so we can farms. Yeah. One thing that will definitely happen in the sports circle this weekend is Formula One, people, and that's where the man who has taken everything by storm, you know, Lewis Hamilton.
We talk about Hamilton winning.
It's tiring.
We go to football, talk about Mourinho complaining. We come to Nigeria, talk about them not paying salaries of forgotten players. There are just some things that just keep happening.
Absolutely.
But one thing certain, Hamilton is winning. Hamilton just keeps winning. Yeah. Like, is there any other?
You remember that song? All I do is win. Win no matter what.
Hamilton is amazing, man. And it's amazing.
Like, and on this Sunday, he aims at a scalp of history, actually, because of course one of his heroes, Ayrton Senna, has actually particularly been at this Grand Prix for 5 years. Ayrton Senna has won 5, and if at all he wins in America at this Sunday in Houston, Texas, he will join Senna. What a great company for you and your mentor and your role model to be in the same company at that particular time. And we were looking forward to how that would pan out. But remember, for the best of news, reviews, interviews, and what have yous, do well to log on to www.hotsporttv.com and explore positively our social media platform right up there, and to get the very best of news and report. We'll go for a last and final break on the show, and when we return, it's time for my final whistle. I don't like this part, but hey, it's a difficult job. Somebody's got to do it. We'll be right back.
You just mentioned 2 of these your big players in the team, Mikel and then Moses. Is their absence going to affect your race to qualification for the Nations Cup in any way?
It would be good to have a little more experience. When you see our midfield is 21, they're all very young, and in first half against Libya, for example, we missed a little bit somebody who says, so let's be quiet, let's keep the ball, there's too much of nervosity, and of course Obi Mikel, if he's fit, he could help us to do it very well.
All right, guys, you're welcome back to the show. This is where it all ends. This is where the curtain falls. And my, oh my, are we very, very thrilled and happy to have you join us so far. 30 minutes goes like, phew, whenever you're having fun. But finally, we have to go, and it's my final whistle. During the course of the interview with Genera, we saw him speak about how essential experience is, especially in the first half of that game in Uyo, where the Nigerians were particularly not sure whether or not the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be able to deliver the goods on that day. Odion Ighalo is another senior player in that team, and Ahmed Musa. But when you have a player whose career has spanned over 10 years, won the Champions League, won the UEFA Cup, and at some point one of the best midfielders in the world, I think he's a prize jewel. I think strongly that the time of John Obi Mikel is still very much around, especially we don't want to lose special players, or rather good significant players, no disrespect. Victor Moses during this period as well retired. I don't think we want to see John Mikel Obi go out of the scheme of things for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But what do I know? You guys are the one with the old football wits and understanding. So how about you tell us what exactly your thoughts are on the social media platforms and, of course, the mobile number on your screen. We'll be looking forward to hearing your very, very important thoughts. But before I go out of the studio, I got to thank the guys. Leye, thank you very much for coming through. Octopus Leye.
Good to be on the show, but it's always a big pleasure to be on the longest running sports show on TV.
You can say that again, you know?
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
You know, you have a problem, man. The issue you have is that you start the show on a very cool mood, and then we go to the argument, and then you go, and then now you want to end it.
But wait, you called him Octopus Layer. Please, what's the scores for Man U Chelsea?
Well, you said it already that Man United will at least get it. So Chelsea at least enjoy, but Chelsea might nick this. But whatever I feel is this.
That's not octopus.
No,
select one.
You know what? This octopus
is a very tricky octopus.
This octopus is hungry.
No, really. After every international break, it's very hard for you to actually predict because
that's
players.
Why you're the octopus. Please rephrase that statement. Remove that octopus.
Chelsea or Man United?
Chelsea will win.
Octopus Layer has spoken, guys.
Put me on the spot.
Yes, that's the whole idea. All right, guys. One sport that we want to go is sports out of the studios, and I will see you guys next week, Saturday. We thank you very much on behalf of everybody that has made this production a huge success. Adios, amigos. We'll see you next week.